Hi, third grade. This is Mrs. Scheutzel. So happy to see you today online. Today we are going to draw a sandcastle, and this sandcastle can be unique. They don't all have to look the same. And I actually chose this artwork because you can just use crayons for it because I have crayons right here at my house. But if you would like to use markers or paint, that's fine too. I'm going to start with a Sharpie. You can start with pencil. So I'm starting with Sharpie simply so that you can see my outlines. So here we go. Put that little sandcastle back up there. Okay, near the bottom of the paper, go ahead and lift it up a little bit so you can see the bottom. So here's the bottom of the paper. Leave a little bit of a space because you want to have a little space on the sand to make like some little shells and things like that. So here's the bottom of the paper, okay? So right here at the bottom, I'm just gonna do like a wavy line, and this is gonna represent the sand. So I'm gonna do that wavy line all the way across my paper. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? That's the first part. All right, second part, I don't know why that keeps pausing. Second part is going to be to start drawing the actual sandcastle. So I'm gonna start with the middle sandcastle, this big one right here, if you can see on the photo. I'm gonna start with that one, and I actually wanna figure out how tall it is before I start adding details. So you can see the top of my paper up here, and there's my sand. So my sandcastle obviously needs to sit on the sand. So I am going to make, let's see, a little bit, let's leave a little space at the top here. I am just going to make a small horizontal line, and that is going to be like the center of my middle tower on my sandcastle. So I want to make sure that it doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to use a ruler, go ahead. You don't have to though. So there's my artwork there. So then I'm going to make the sides of that middle part. So there's one side. Just going to draw another line down to the sand, okay? And then after I do that, if you look at the picture, I need to add my little door here in the center. So I'm going to start down on the sand line. I'm going to do a curved line that comes up and back down. And then there's a little trick to make it look 3D. You actually go over on the side here and you draw another little line that goes straight up, and then it just kind of curves in right there, and that gives it that like 3D appearance, like you're going into a doorway. So then on top of that, I need to add the top of my tower, the top of my little castle tower. So let me move that out of the way so you can see it. So the top of my tower, I want to move in from the side just a little bit. I'm going to go up and up. Here we go. And I am going to also add, so there's the picture again, just so you guys can see it. Let me scooch it over there a little bit. I'm going to add straight line, straight line. You always want to try to make things as symmetrical as possible. Symmetrical means same on both sides. We've talked about that in class before. So anything I do on the right side, I also want to do on the left side. So we can go over, up, and back, and down. There we go. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. You guys make this however you want. This is just, you can make your flag a little bit different than my flag if you want, okay? So there's that. All right, there's my little castle. So now we can see that I need to add, maybe not. We need to add the two sides, okay, and the ocean behind it. So we're gonna go back over here, and I'm gonna add my sides. So on the one side over here, let's see how we can make this easy. Okay, I'm gonna do the straight line. So leave a little bit of space, okay? Leave a little space next to it. Draw a straight line that goes up. Just go slow, see? So you don't want to go all the way to the top of this tower because you want the side towers to be a little bit shorter, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and do my towers kind of the way that I did this one. So I'm going to make a line over, down, and back. Up, over, and back. Down, up, and then just going to go back over, okay? Now, mine's a little bit off right there, so I'm going to go ahead and just fix that right up. No big deal. I'm using a Sharpie. I can't erase. I have to make it work, right? So then I'm going to make my little flag, which is just a straight line with a triangle. Please pause the video at any time if I'm going too fast. And then down here near the bottom, I want to make another little doorway, which is just a curved line that goes up and over. And then on the side of that little doorway, just like I did on this side, I want to make another straight line. And then I'm going to take that straight line and go up and curve it right in. There you go. Then on the other side, I'm going to try to do the same thing the best that I can. So same thing, leave a little bit of space, right? Go ahead and go up. Try to look ahead, kind of look ahead with your finger, draw an invisible line that goes across. I can see that I need to go up just a little bit more. So that looks pretty good. Try to make it as symmetrical as possible. Now, obviously, this would be better if I had a ruler, but no big deal. Or you could just use a straight piece of paper. Just the edge of a piece of paper, that's fine too. So I'm going to go over. I'm going to draw my little top parts down and back. Okay. Over and back. There we go. Okay, looking good. So now I need to add my same details, another little flag. Straight line up. Move that over. Triangle to the side. There we go. And then I need to make another door, another little door. I'm going to be all creative here. And to make it look 3D, again, straight line, curve it in. There we go, looking good. All right, what do we need to do now? Let's take a look at our little example here. Okay, so there's some things I can add to the background. I can add clouds, I can add a sun, I can add this line back here. This is called a horizon line. That is where the sky and the earth or the ocean appear to meet. And then in the front here, or the foreground, I'm going to actually end up having some little seashells and some cute little things in the front here. So let me move that out of the way and let's focus on the sky. So over here on the side, I'm going to draw a sun. Draw a circle. And then you can make your sun however you want. You can make the lines straight. You can make them curvy. You can make some short and some long. I think variety is always pretty good. One of the things to remember when you're doing this at home is just to take your time and do your best. So there's my sun. I'm going to make a cloud over here. Just a nice little fluffy guy. Here we go. Looking good. And then down here in the front, also known as the foreground. Uh-oh, I forgot my ocean. Okay, so back here, I'm just going to make a straight line. Take your finger, run it across the page. Okay, see that my ocean is going to go about right here. So I'm going to draw another horizontal line right next to the sides of my sandcastle. In the front, I'm going to draw a couple little things in the sand. Now, stars are difficult to draw like this, right? So if you have a pencil, you could just do, if you know how to draw a star, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. If you know how to draw a star the regular way, like that, you can do that. That's fine. I'm going to attempt to draw it like this. So when I draw a star that's open, I always start with the top. I do the two sides like that. My star is going to be a little bit sideways, and I am okay with that. And then I'm going to go boop, boop, two more little lines, and I'm going to attempt to meet in the middle. It's a little bit off, but I'm okay with it. And then other things you could draw in the sand. Let's see, I might draw a little seashell. So an easy way to do a seashell would just be to kind of make that kind of a shape. And then I can make a little line here, and then connect them on the bottom. And then I definitely want to make some lines like I have a seashell. Now you can add things to this. You could put a little crab in the front. You could make a shovel, maybe a little pail. Be creative. I know third grade is very creative. So this is part 1 to your sandcastle drawing. Part 2 is going to be adding the color. Nice job, third grade.